Rolling.
This is a weird thing.
It feels constant, but I'm constantly cleaning out a bowl.
Were you scared to play bass for Del Palmer last night?
I was so scared. I don't know, listening to his bass lines, when he first asked me to join the band, I was like, yeah, let's do this. I listened to the songs, I'm like, I can do that. And then I tried to learn how to play it, and I was like, I can't do this. This is crazy. And so I finally kind of made my own version of his bass lines, just kind of simplified something I can actually handle.
Yeah.
And so when I heard that he was there, I was like, oh shit. I hope he doesn't hate my bass lines, and also I hope he doesn't if he's sitting in the audience oh, that's wrong. Oh, that's not right either. I was terrified of that idea, so I was just sitting there, and every time I'd mess up, I was like, I'm just gonna get through this. It's gonna be okay. Crying underneath my wolf mask. Yeah.
So what did he say to you?
He came up to me, he was like, that was fantastic, or something like that. And I was like, oh my god.
Brilliant.
I couldn't hear him at the time. I was just in panic mode. But he gave me a compliment.
Okay.
Doghouse.
That's okay.
I was like, what are you trying?
Shall I leave this with you guys?
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you.
Cool.
Yeah. Watch out.
Yes, please.
Wow, look at all that.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll distribute. Okay.
We'll figure it out.
Sorry, I had to balance that.
Thank you. Yeah, you called her Doghouse Bush.
Call me Doghouse Bush.
Who else has coffee?
Doghouse
Who understands
Bush?
has coffee?
What does that even mean?
Me?
I have a kicker.
Oh, you do?
Is this a coffee?
Oh, and then he's all...
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, it's a horrible.
He was talking about how he doesn't play
Sean has a
no,
coffee.
it's
I have a coffee.
want to hear you play what he plays.
You don't want your coffee?
And
Why would he? Yeah, why would he want to hear
Danny
himself?
plays a lot of lyrical lines
yeah,
too,
just-
melody lines, all takes the low end.
Do you want to
And then
share?
she'll play
No, I don't want to share.
Well, I'll just go get mine.
Okay. Coffee dog.
Wait, there's no silverware.
No, just take it. I'll just get one later. I'll get one later, really.
You
Take it. I don't want it.
Can someone pass the sugar?
I think they're ready because the water is in the bottom.
Right? Yeah, all the coffee's ready.
I thought it was so cute how Shelby before the show everyone was like, guys, Del Palmer's here. I just saw him, and you were like, I just went up to him and you were telling, right? And you're like, what did you do? You were like, you had the funniest story.
Oh yeah.
Sean.
It's pretty funny. I had to kind of reenact it.
You should get Nina's story.
I kind of have to reenact it. So
Get it, girl. Who wants milk?
So I came in through this entrance over here,
Here, I'll be done.
and I was a back entrance and yada yada, and I walked through, and I was like, is it okay if I go this way? And and Del's over there, and I was walking out the door, and I was like, Shelby, can you pass that milk down? Yeah. And I walked out the door, and I was all looking through the little window, and then I looked on Google again, and I was like.
I did that too, actually.
I was sure it was him. And then I was all, hello. And I was bowing and curtsying and all this stuff, and she's bowing and laughing at me. And I was like, are you who I think you are? And he's all, his friends are all. And then he's all, I said, excuse me, I hope I'm not impolite, but what's your name, sir? My name's Nina. And he's all, my name's Rob.
Yeah, what is
And his friends are all. And I think maybe one of them said he's who we think he is.
No, you said, Nina said, are you who I think you are? And he said, who? Right?
Something like that, but somehow it came up and he's all, I'm Rob. And his friends are all. And I think one of them said he is who we think he is who you think, and I already knew. Anyways, so then I introduced myself, and he said, I know who you are. I know who your band is. I'm here to see you guys tonight.
You said I'm just a guy watching a show tonight.
Oh, I'm just a guy watching a show tonight. And then he said, the show, playing a show in England is going to be different than playing in the States. And they're like, the friends are all, oh, they like Kate Bush in the States. Like, are they joking?
I mean, not as many people.
Are they joking?
Yeah, but
They must have been joking.
No, they're really surprised. A lot of people think that she never toured in America, and
So I told them we sell at all our shows, and everybody sings along with a lot of the songs. And that was that.
And Shelby, didn't you talk to him before?
Yeah, I talked to him after the show, and Sean was standing close by, and I go up to Sean and I'm like, oh my god, Del Palmer's right behind me. Well, I should go talk to him, right? I'm like nervous. And he's like, yeah, just go. So I went and I was like, hi, I'm Shelby. And he's like, I know. And I was like, oh my. And he was like, I want to talk to all of you. I want to talk to all of you, like, together. And I was like, all right, I'll make it happen. So then I went and got everybody.
Shelby's all, Del wants to talk to us.
Yeah,
I was
she's
like,
stop what you're doing right
yeah,
now.
not
Take
important.
over.
And I was all, blue-eyed Bush, we have to go. And he
Stop
just like,
selling that shirt.
no, he just like, I was like,
Well, I had already
"You
asked.
gotta
I had already asked Blue Eyed Bush. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna gather all the ladies. Will you watch the merch table while we go talk to Del? And we talked to Del, and like many of us cried. Natasha's face was just like
Oh my god. So when
beaming. You're just
You were
glowing.
trying to be so cool though.
No, like when I thought it was so funny because we like all 8 of us like approached him like puppy dogs. We're just like, I was like, is he gonna like yell at us? Is he gonna be like, okay, so that was okay, you know? I think that you can like improve here and here and here. I was like, what is he gonna say? I have no idea if he likes it. And then he like,
I thought he left.
and then yeah, you thought he left. And then he was so nice. And then I heard him say, well, he said he was like, it was brilliant. It was really, really brilliant. It was brilliant. And I was like, and then you like we all kissed him. It was so cute.
Oh, yeah.
Bocce was like the last one, and he was like, "Come on, get over here."
We almost.
We kissed him in pairs, which was pretty cute too.
It's because everyone
Yeah.
else was going in too, so it was like,
Yeah, exactly.
and then they were like,
I thought she was gonna go straight in for the finish.
you did it. And then
I was hoping you were just gonna go for it.
I know. I kissed it.
Inspired me.
And I think he got some ideas from the kisses.
I think he did. I
No,
think
he
that, and then just like hearing him talk about, just like the songs and how like, just hearing firsthand like what it was like to be there when they were made, when they were recorded, and some of the things he shared. It was just really
Clearly
beautiful.
such a big part of his identity, and that he seems to think of the songs, I'm sure rightfully so, as like his songs too. Like they're Kate's songs, but that he was a really big part in like creating them.
Yeah.
It's like you said, he was there listening to her like slamming Wuthering Heights on the piano every morning, or like
With the window open.
yeah, a
all the
million
na-
times before it was even
All the neighbors
recorded.
like yelling.
Yeah, he got a lot of complaints.
Interesting what he said about it.
Yeah, it was
This is
just
so
really
cool.
nice. So, I was like crying. I was just like, this is crazy.
That's
And he was so encouraging. It's just like so nice, like the first night to have, what an endorsement. What a like a,
Yeah.
what a like stamp of
Like a
approval.
validation, even if the rest of the tour totally sucks.
Yeah. Oh, and then he was like, oh, I called Kate last night, told her I was coming to this, and she was like, oh, not another tribute band. And he was like, yeah, but you know they're from America and they're all girls, and she actually was really intrigued by that. And so I'm gonna call her tomorrow and tell her how wonderful you guys were. And I was just like, I was like, I was like, so Del, I have this letter. I don't know. I can email it to you. You can give it to her. And he's like, just pass on whatever you want. I'll send it to her. And I was like,
Wow.
I had this letter for 2 months. Yes.
He said, I'll pass it along.
Yeah. That's all I need to know. That it'll actually get in her hands.
It was funny that this guy came up to the merch table and was buying us a shirt, and then was like, you know, Kate's boyfriend is here.
Ex-boyfriend.
Right. Or I think he said old boyfriend. Yeah. But it's interesting, like, I wonder if, you know, like if he's a part of the music scene, or if, like, people just kind of, like if that guy's a part of the music scene and that's why he knew, you know, Del Palmer reference. I don't know, you know. It's just,
Yeah, I don't know if too many people knew that he was there, because a few people
recognized him.
hardcore Kate Bush fans came up to me and they were like, oh my god, that was amazing. And I was like, you guys, Del Palmer was here. And they're like, what? And they freaked out. I was like, yeah, he was like standing in the back. They're like, where was he? He's standing in the back the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they were like stoked. So I don't know. It's hard to say. And maybe like him saying his name was Rob or something. Maybe it was like a joke, or maybe he was like.
I think he didn't want the attention.
Probably
Yeah.
not. There was
I was
another,
already crying, by the way.
there was
I like
another,
was already.
So I think they were pulling my leg too. There was another couple that came to the merch table and they were like, oh my gosh, there's this guy here that looks just like Del Palmer.
Oh my god.
And we walked over to him and asked him if it was him, and he said no. And he's like, no, or am I? and so at the merch table, I had the pleasure of being like, no, that's actually him.
He was definitely standing at like the very back of the
Actually
venue.
him.
Like,
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
like,
you?
Like I noticed that. I was like, that's Del Palmer, and he's like, he's not like standing up at the front. You know,
would
he's
have
like
been
laying
really
out in the
intimidating.
back. Yeah.
Looking cool.
He was one of the
AF.
first people there. He was there pretty close
Yeah.
to when doors opened.
I love him. He was like, like halfway through the shows, I looked down and my foot was just going like this.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. What about you, Fancy?
It was just so cool to hear his stories about Kate. You know, I think that we have thought so much about her essence and just what she captures in her music, and to hear kind of the world that surrounded that. You know, and he was talking about setting up all the candles and like creating an emotion and creating a story around the place that you're, you know, the songs are being made. It just
When she recorded the choral room. Yeah.
But it just brought, you know, but he made it sound like that was just what they did all the time, you know, that they like took the time to make the music special. And I know that we all are in love with just how charming Kate is, but you could see that in him when he was talking about her. That was just really cool.
Yeah.
To bring her more to life.
Truly.
And I think that he was really like, you know, the stories he did share, which I don't necessarily think I want to share them on this thing, but the stories he did share were, I think he was also trying to express how human she is, and just be like, you know, she's just a regular human like all of us, you know, because I'm sure there's like, and she's expressed this too from what I've read, like that people like to put all these ideas about her and have all these ideas. Like, I guess it's like the problem of celebrity and things like that, but it was so nice to feel that from this person who's so close to her, like her humanity,
Right.
and just like be like, yeah, that's right.
Kate Bush cannot be put in a box, and I'm sure that a lot of people have tried to find a way to understand the epicness that is Kate Bush.
I think it's really easy to like make someone who makes such beautiful and like honest art, it's really easy to put that person on like a pedestal and on some kind of like as some kind of goal, you know, like when I teach vocal lessons, like I tell them about Kate Bush now, and I tell them about like how she, you know, was really successful very early and then was able to just make her art exactly the way that she wanted to the entire time for the rest of her life, you know. And if you can maintain your sense of self and your sense of like, you know, pioneering what kind of art you're gonna make in your own life, like that's the goal. I think that's what I've learned from Kate Bush, is that like it's more about what's inside of you that needs to come out than like the extra like outside influences, because she's just been so like, I don't know, she has so many different kinds of songs. She's never like pigeonholed herself into a specific style. Yeah, like that's what makes playing her songs so much fun and challenging, is that like it's not like a Cure cover band where like I love the Cure, but like all those songs are very much the same. But with Kate, it's she just uses every color.
She's still changing.
And it's evolving.
Heavy, what did you think? How did you feel last night?
I thought it was a great crowd. I really enjoyed playing London. I had a good time. I was very delirious and jet lagged, and it was great. And and it was fun meeting Del Palmer as well.
At the same time as you were trying to find your phone.
We did find my phone.
Oh God, and mine too. That's why I
And
wasn't.
Shelby's.
I wasn't like listening to Del Palmer's stories because I was frantically running around.
Oh man.
You were pretty funny.
I was so scared.
So I like that Natasha's like, there's some stuff like let's just keep that in our little sacred temple. But what was interesting to me, I always heard one of the Kate's quotes that I'd heard was that once she's written something like and it's come out and it's popular, she's like, I'm already on to the next thing. Like
Right.
I'm not really thinking about that release. It's not of my focus, which is nice to have like support of a label, I suppose, for that reason to like keep doing that stuff. But what was interesting is hearing how she played things like thousands of times.
Yeah.
You're a scampy.
Raise your hand if you're scampy.
I'm a scampy. Scampy. Thank you.
Chili, we call it bread.
Chili with garlic bread. Is that you, Natasha?
Oh yes, chili. Sorry, that's Sean right here. Thank you. Okay, thank you.
So like, that Kate's put in her hours, hearing that she played her songs, thousands of times before they like got crafted.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes so much sense
by the time they get
Right.
famous.
Well, for us,
all that
we're
good.
doing something different with it too. So we have our own arrangements, we have our own take, we have our own personas. This is a different band, so that's what's refreshing about it.
Well, and I think that Del really liked that about it too.
That's
that
what
it
he
was
liked.
refreshing.
That's what he liked. He was like, it's not like I've seen cover bands where people are just like trying to be clones, where they're trying to look just like Kate and they're trying to sound just like Kate, and it's just weird,
Right.
And that's what he loved about us, is that we did our own interpretations. He was really surprised by some of the changes that we made, and he loved them. He liked, everyone in this band is just so awesome in the way that. So that was just like, that's so great. We did good. Yeah, Lex.
Well, it's been so special, the amount of research that has been put in to craft the songs in the ways that we want to. Just like finding the organic definition of each one
Yeah, definitely.
and letting that evolve into our theatrical and musical interpretations and, our limited dance capacity compared to Kate.
Thank you.
We're trying.
Yeah, it has a lot of DIY charm. That's what I think is cool about it.
Yeah.
I think that as a band,
Oh my
we've
God.
we've
I want a
really
piece of that.
captured
Oh my God.
the essence of Kate and recognized in all of her womanly, beauty and power that she made the music she wanted to make, and she did it the way she wanted to do it, and didn't, ask permission or apologize for being who she was. And I think that we captured that and take it upon ourselves,
Yeah, it's been great to embody that force, and we've been calling this whole thing a pilgrimage.
Chili? Did anyone get a chili?
I did. Sorry.
I think we should cut now, so we can
Okay.
eat.
That's alright. It's all grubby. Nice.